Hello, everyone. My name is Chrissy Sarah. I work for Sony Professional Solutions of America, B2B, as a senior sales support engineer. I have the privilege of speaking to you today about how to save time utilizing our edge analytics applications. Time is a precious and costly thing. It is something at the core of our day. It gives us opportunity. It gives us mobility. It also has the ability to take away. Time can deliver us wins and losses. More importantly, it drives our behaviors and decisions. For instance, what am I going to do today? How much time is this task going to cost me? How is this task going to support my overall life picture? Time is not something to be taken for granted, especially when it is given as a gift. Your time is valuable as you are here, and so is your client's. Just as important is the concept itself. If you have the gift of your client's time, then you must accept the responsibility of utilizing it effectively. This is our purpose, and this is what we should drive us as AV professionals. At least it does for me. In this presentation, I hope to implore you to understand that not every presentation has to be obligatory or mundane. With the proper use of our Edge Analytics application, you can help your client bring value to their day. So, who is this client? I'm referring to our collective end user. Let's say end user A, the audience, and end user B, the presenter, each wake up, make their coffee, look at their schedule, and see what the day holds. Listening to that lecture or attending a meeting, who knows? Maybe themselves are the presenter, as I woke up today. Once again, it is our responsibility to make presentation spaces worth their time. They do not need another virtual meeting. They do not need another mundane, ordinary thing that they have to do during the day. They do not want to spend their time in the monotonous. Is there opportunity to bring power to their day? And how? We must consider raising the production value, things like Edge Analytics Handwriting Extraction feature, or the PTZ Auto Tracking feature, to name a few. There are many ways to raise the standard. Sometimes that is the presenter themselves. Sometimes it's the location of gathering. Sometimes it's the actual time of the day. Something specific that we AV people need to pay attention to is delivery. If we go back to our end users for a moment, end user A, to their moment of their attendance, they are not necessarily thinking whether they will or will not enjoy the time spent. They plan to just simply come and absorb the information. How about end user B? How much time does it take them to physically get to their location of lecture? What options for lecture mediums do they have? How are they going to get their information across? All of these answers affect the state at which they will land in their position of engagement. How do we raise the bar so that they walk out of that location and task and lecture saying, I completely understand what was said, my takeaways are 1, 2, and 3, and I look forward to the next one? I remember in high school, I had overhead projectors and blackboards. Many times the professor would write on the board, and I'd hope to copy down the notes. Maybe the formula was key to understanding the lecture. Maybe the professor had to use the board as a note cache. Either way, I can't tell you how many times I walked away. Did I even learn anything? I don't even know what I wrote down. Did I even write down anything? The board was too far away. Fast forward to graduation. I don't even remember that day, by the way. Fast forward to graduation. How do you think I felt about the quality of education that I received? My quality of time spent. What if there was a way to bring the outcome of the teacher's tool to a tangible level to the students who are present? What if I could see their notes reinforced on a tablet or a video feed in my hands at my desk? In today's world, we have hybrid environments. That's a fact. There are people that are going to be present in that environment that are not actually present physically. How are they going to see the notes on the whiteboard? How can we solve this? How about, let's think about another scenario. We have a senior VP that wants to deliver a message to her team. An exciting, exhilarating time. How much different of an experience would it be for the people in the front of the room who can see the inflections and body language of the person presenting versus the people in the back who might just simply be seeing a blurry walking figure? Will the presenter effectively meet their end goal in rallying her team to do their job effectively? What if there was a way to instantly, with very little effort, show this presenter in a virtual space, standing next to a life-size PowerPoint presentation, framed perfectly, so that all may see her face, body, and language, her body language executed in real time? Let's take a moment to point out the many different presentation spaces in this hybrid environment. We have our standard lecture hall, where you have somebody in front speaking at the front of the room with maybe staired seating. We have a classroom. We have a boardroom. We have a theater. We have many houses of worships and so on and so forth. But let's look at these environments through the lenses of time. What is the main goal? Infusing the presenter's ability with intrigue and professionalism, the power of edge analytics is designed to solve these pain points. Our engineering teams created a device that boosts production value while at the same time creating ease of use of commissioning, and our AV tech managers are better off when they have more time, right? Edge Analytics' core purpose is to raise the standard of how our clients' presentations are executed. The quality of production value is key. Let's take a look at handwriting extraction. We no longer have to strain to see the whiteboard, miss important points of the lecture, or worse, learn nothing. The Edge Analytics handwriting extraction feature uses Edge AI technology to analyze the writing on the whiteboard or the chalkboard. It then creates a digital overlay on the video feed. Do you have a larger whiteboard or blackboard? Use our variable mode. This feature trains the system to follow the presenter and extract what is behind them in real time. The feature instantly improves visibility of what is written on the board, boosting not only the presenter's delivery of information, but also the viewer's absorption. Imagine the audience seeing what is written on the board right in front of them on a tablet, reinforcement monitor hanging to the sides, and being able to take home those takeaways. All right, now what about that chroma keyless CG overlay feature that we have with our Edge? This feature should excite anyone who's ever set up a green screen. I know I did. The presenter can be standing in an evenly lit environment like a home office or anywhere that might not necessarily have a professional vibe. The Edge Analytics brain then keys in any image or video to create a broadcast-style lecture on the output. Saving space, time of setup, and creating a professional execution with no need for that special green screen equipment. This feature utilizes 4 layers of video. You have a keyed layer, you have the second layer, which typically is a PowerPoint, and then you have the camera feed, and then your last layer is a layer where you can put either an image of a desk or a company logo or something to really tie in that professional approach. PTZ auto tracking is our next feature to discuss, and it's pretty standard in general to have cameras following a presenter, as these gentlemen are doing today, right? Well, what about without a camera operator? Sorry. The PTZ auto tracking feature, paired with a specifically Sony PTZ camera, conducts our auto following of the presenter, as I do across the stage now. As they walk back and forth, the camera can capture either a head-to-toe or bust shot of them, depending on how you set up your Edge Analytics system. Using 4 attributes to do this, the presenter does not need to wear a special token. This is not for the Edge. This is for my slides. and it does not need to make the AV manager worry at all about having to keep track of tokens or things to put on the presenter. All you have to do is plug in and shoot. Now, one of my favorite features of Edge is PTZ Auto Tracking's brother, the focus area cropping. Focus area cropping allows you to have the same tracking output. However, you have an additional second output that is a wide shot of your space. Edge's focus area cropping feature does all of this, but with a static camera, doing the same thing, but digitally. So instead of having that one output, you now have two. That's a following and then a static. Lastly, the close-up by gesture feature gives the audience a chance to get in on the presentation. Think with me here. A camera positioned on stage, pointed at the audience, hidden of course, don't worry, it's not up here. With this camera positioned to see where the whole audience is, when someone stands up to interact, the camera captures a close-up of the audience member who stood up. When they sit back down, it goes back to a wide shot of the audience. So going back to our example of a hybrid lecture experience, now our people who are sitting at home can see this, that the class that they're not attending in person is actually interactive. I know that we all have experienced the boost in storytelling when the audience themselves are involved in the presentation. All this brings our everyday presentations to life. This is the goal here. What is it that will make the lasting impression for both our end user A and our end user B? How can we make everyday presentations resonate with the listener? Will they walk away wanting more? And best of all, will they feel that their time was well spent? The phrase time of the essence is actually a phrase, meaning it specifies the time period in which one party must complete a task towards the other party. I always just thought it was a catchphrase. It's actually a real phrase. Invest your time with us here at Sony. Come and talk with either myself or one of the other sales support engineers who are specially trained to talk to you about our Edge analytics, and we want to help you find the answer to your user A and user B pain points in their presentations. Thank you for spending your time with me today.